If I ask you a question, which company holds the asset more than the combined value of top 10 tech giants all over the world? What would be your answer? But wait a minute, do you think that this question existed in the first place? As we dive deeper into this video, you'll get to know more about this massive beast. BlackRock, a startup from 8 people in a single room, to the world's largest asset management company with over $7.4 trillion asset under management. The year was 1988. In New York City, current CEO Lawrence Fink with others founded BlackRock to provide institutional clients with asset management services from the risk management perspective. By seeing the growth of the company, another company named Blackstone entered into a 50-50 partnership with the founders of the BlackRock. In late 1994, Blackstone sold its stake in BlackRock for only $250 million. Blackstone founder later described the selling of BlackRock as his worst business decision ever. You know how they say, great things happen when you are in right place at the right time, and that's what happened.
Yesterday, Wall Street suffered its worst losses since just after 9/11. We are in the most serious financial crisis in generations.
The year was 2008. The world was facing global financial crisis.
We've seen triple-digit swings in the stock market. Major financial institutions have teetered on the edge of collapse, and some have failed. As uncertainty has grown, many banks have restricted lending. Credit markets have frozen, and families and businesses have found it harder to borrow money. We're in the midst of a serious financial crisis, and the federal government is responding with decisive action.
Everywhere was chaos. People were shifting to new investing trends, giving power to a few dominant asset management firms. One of them was BlackRock. The US government contracted with BlackRock to help resolve the fallout of financial meltdown, advising institutions to navigate in the financial crisis. That is when the company started swelling up its assets. Its asset under management, better known as AUM, was near to $3 trillion, more than India's current GDP. The 2008 financial crisis not only gave a kick to the company but also changed the mind of people regarding investment, shifting from active to passive investment. In simple words, active investment requires so-called active participant who are more aggressive, keeps on changing the strategy and makes quick money. And for sure is risky, whereas passive investment is just opposite to it, just like mutual funds, a safer bet. As told earlier, if you combine the net asset of top 10 tech companies, which includes Amazon, Apple, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Alibaba, Intel, Samsung, Tencent and Sony, that too will not surpass BlackRock's asset under management. Their platform juggles more than $15 trillion, that is equivalent to 5% of all financial assets worldwide. But BlackRock reach goes further than just buying and holding stock, bonds, and managing pension funds. They have shares and voting rights in European countries. BlackRock advises central banks, financial ministries, big investors like state funds, pension funds, insurance companies, and foundations. Also have shares in German companies. Apart from mainstream, it also does audit and risk management. To put it into perspective, here is another example. If you add up the GDP of countries like Australia, Russia, Spain, South Korea and Mexico, that too will be less than the combined asset accumulation of the company. Can you imagine in your wildest dream how big this company holds asset? There is pretty much nothing in the financial market that BlackRock is not somehow involved in it. Before the financial crisis, the name was not even familiar, But in years after the global meltdown, BlackRock appeared everywhere. One of the vast risk management tools at BlackRock, Aladdin, stands for Asset Liabilities and Debt Derivative Instrument Network. With over 65 countries and 6.5 million plus active users, Aladdin keeps track of approximately 30,000 investment portfolios owned by top ones like banks, pension funds, and insurance companies. It acts as a central nervous system for many of big players in the investment management industry. With a capacity of about 5,000 mainframe computers, the system can search and analyze global economic data, stock quotes, and range of other variables like earthquake, cold spell, disaster, and even government decisions. Today, $21.6 trillion sit on the platform from just a third of its 240 big clients. According to public document, that figure is equivalent to 10% of global stocks and bonds. BlackRock, the name that people barely heard of it but pulls strings all over the world, that dominates and controls the world. Can it play God? Being involved in so many different industries and capacities possesses a potential conflict of interest. Imagine, for instance, that some company wants to issue bonds, but BlackRock is not only a potential buyer but also a shareholder of the company. Who would want to get in trouble with someone who is not only your biggest stockholder but also potentially your biggest creditor? Here is another example of Aladdin, company's biggest asset management tool. Trillions of dollars are invested based on risk assessment by a single analytical tool. This is called herd mentality, meaning more people use the system, the more similar their behavior becomes. It's like software is becoming a mentor for all investment of client, what to choose and what not to. Also, companies that don't align with the ideas and beliefs of BlackRock can face a potential financial risk. If it was a small company, that would not be an issue. But the company with trillions of dollars in its pocket, that could change the bigger picture of the financial market. Finally, I would like to conclude the video by saying we emphasize on big tech companies for controlling our world, but aren't aware of companies like BlackRock and another company, Vanguard, similar to it, that sees the bigger picture of every segment of the market and literally can shake the whole world by their just one investment decision. Recently, BlackRock is promoting and shifting its investment strategy towards environmental sustainability. That's for sure is a good move, and also changing the notion of people and other companies to rethink the environment and use it as an opportunity for investment. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of these videos, hit the subscribe button. And if you have something to say, please leave a comment below. Catch you guys in the next one.